The MPC XL is big as hell, gang. You can see it right here on the stand, and it's taking up space. It's taking up a lot of space. Matter of fact, I used to have it sitting over here on my desk, and I had a special desk extender so I can put the MPC XL there. And now you're starting to see a problem at hand when you have big, major professional gear. And it doesn't get any easier when we add this to the equation, which is the Tascam Model 24. So what is the solution, bro? Analog cases coming true yet again. And now we have this fancy little thing, which is the XTS. It's pretty big. We're gonna see if it will fit both the MPC and the Tascam Model 24. I wanna give a special thanks to Analog Cases for sending me a review unit over so I can check it out on the channel so you guys can decide if it's worth your time. And with that being said, no, they didn't control or ask me to do anything other than to display this unit and then talk about it and talk about the pros and cons. The XTS Performance Stand comes in different configurations. First, you have the Performance Stand itself, which is at this price point right here. Then you have the flex table. If you just want to use the table, it's a great table to put on top of maybe a pre-existing stand or the performance stand itself. Then you have the 2-tier arms, and then you have these right here where it is another stand for the 2-tier arms. And then you have the total package, which is $649, $650 if you round it up, and you get the 2-tier and the performance stands themselves. What I'm displaying in this video will be the whole entire package itself. And of course, we got to talk about the assembly and the build quality. And when I first got it, you can tell just by the footage that you see right in front of you that, yeah, I had to figure it out because it was 6 boxes in total. I think it might be 5 boxes or whatnot, the pieces or whatever. I didn't pay attention other than the fact that I saw I had something new, and let's go ahead and put it together because it's going to be immediately useful. It is for a use case music production need. I think it makes a clear-cut difference when you're using something that is built for musicians than something that is not, because if you try to configure a desk that is meant more for computer stuff, then it's not necessarily going to be for you as a musician. Yes, of course, I have a desk like that, and I am able to utilize it in a manner where it is for music and for computing. But when you get a desk like this, it's important to know a few things about it, and that if it's for you, if it's for your music production, then you're more likely going to get music production stuff done because you will have the actual space for it. But more on the assembly, you'll get something in the package like this. It'll be attached to the actual unit, and you can pull this off your stand, scan it with your phone, and then you'll be immediately shot to a video that will tell you how to put it together. It will show you all the steps. So that was one of the things where if you see me look at the phone, then you see that I'm actually trying to figure it out. I wasn't trying to be a MacGyver in this thing or Tony Starks, bro. I just want to put a desk together. But overall, the experience wasn't that difficult. Once I got to the arriving point, one of the things that I have to comment on is that you got to take your time, especially when you're dealing with the screws, because one of the configurations do need you to have the screws in the proper area, and we're going to walk through it. Now, if we're going to talk about the build quality of this thing, it's built nicely. I would say that this table, again, it does make a little bit of noise. It'd be hard to hear it over the noise cancellation of the microphone. So the noise cancellation will, do what it does. But with this performance stand, of course, you don't necessarily need the tabletop. And this is wobbly because I didn't pay attention to how to install it. And then I just got this result. So I messed myself up in this regard. Please don't be like me. Other than that, you can pull these off, and this is meant for pulling it off so you can put the table on the top of it. So you got to do that to both layers, both tiers. And once you remove it, it's kind of hard to do it. I guess, first time it's going to be more difficult, but once you remove it, then you can put the desk on top of it. But you can, first of all, I guess the best thing to do would be to unscrew this so we can see this in action. Just to give you a general idea of how the screws look like, You want to remove this knob so that when you screw this on, it will just go in cleanly. Unscrewing stuff and screwing stuff is so fun. It's so fun. So here's a question I know people are going to ask, and that's if you can adjust the tiers and the table itself. Because, you know, the short kings out here, y'all out here strong as hell, right? And, you know, I'm a tall peasant. But anyways, yes, you can adjust all of this stuff. Like, for example, you can adjust the back. This work. Now, I will say this. It is a little hard to adjust stuff like this. But, you know, I guess to each his own. And then I can just take this top off and make it a little easier on me. Just raise one piece at a time. We'll see. And it got latches and stuff like that you can tell when it's in there. I'm just making sure it's in there first, because I don't want to make the mistake. You feel me? You know, you want to make sure everything is secure. Put the table back on. You don't need the table. You have your keyboard on top, whatever on the bottom. A whole bunch of things too. And this does fold, like the stands themselves or the table or whatnot. I think you should call it a stand, but it folds up and you can put it away without any problem. And, you know, I could do the exact same process with this, but, you know, I got to walk to each side, but everything's secure, so I'm fine. There we go. And we lowered it. Now for the question of the hour from everybody that watches my content: does the MPC XL in the Tascam Model 24 fit on this table? Well, we're about to find out right now. I'm gonna walk over here, grab this Tascam, put it over here. See the Tascam's on here. A lot of space right here. We're gonna grab the MPC XL, unplug everything. I don't want you to see her face while she is not lit, you feel me? Boom. And there you have it. They both fit. And here's another angle as I just off the table here, so you can see from this side that it's all good. Everything is all good. You go down one more. Ooh wee. It's about 50 pounds on me. There we go. If I lower it a little bit more, you know, I can work with both of these on this table, possibly have a keyboard, but this is a doable setup. I mean, I don't think this setup would be that bad. I'm moving my camera real quick, you know, nicely done. I think it's one of what it does. Does that mean that there aren't products out there that give the same amount of offering? True. They give you similar real estate, but not the type of real estate where you can add a table to it. And that's one of the things that I had to realize when buying stands. Sometimes you get a stand, it'll be perfect for one thing and then it won't be good for another. So that means that you just got a stand that's phenomenal for one thing and you're not getting much use of it with other pieces of gear. And that kind of sucks. And I think they put that into perspective. Build quality, very good, to certain things that I disagree with. Like for an example, if you want a really good con, when I had to work with the legs, and mind you, you don't do it with equipment on there like my dumb ass, but if you have to work with the legs, it's hard to adjust by yourself. You know what I'm saying? To raise or to lower. Probably more so to lower than it is to raise in certain scenarios. That is problematic, but the good thing about it, you can get it accomplished. It's not the smoothest experience, but you can get the job done. And you can also take it on the road with you too. This is very ideal for live performances or for making music within a studio setting. I'll also have a link in the description box for analog cases, and which I think you should get it from there. I don't really care about kickback. I just care about a good product getting some shine.